how to do this.
So it's
It's about
literally
him
been running
finding
for
a
25
magic
years.
fucking axe.
25 years of Cyborg.
Okay,
Yeah, I know.
I'm streaming right now. Can you guys see the?
I'm going
Let me
to.
check.
You're on Twitch, right? Still, Mars, or did you get a
no,
hitbox?
I'm on Hitbox now.
I'll
Okay,
I'll
cool,
put the
hitbox.
hitbox in the chat.
Link us.
I'm putting it in the chat. Quit crying.
Okay.
Yeah, seriously, guys. You guys really need to learn how to Google, or type in hitbox.tv.
DEMUL.
Because
Alright.
that
I'll Google. How do I Google stuff?
Okay, you guys should be seeing like a logo.
Yeah, I'm seeing the DEMUL logo.
Okay,
it's
cool.
still loading for me.
Plus, I can hear it. Plus,
Oh,
the sound
Brent,
fine,
I
too,
only
it's a bit
bing
loud.
stuff.
Okay.
I feel like the Sega font was never meant to represent some of these letters.
Quite possibly.
Sega has a font? Like, there's a full character set for that? That's awesome.
They probably just made it up.
Yeah,
The
it's
Sega
probably
font?
not. Yeah, it's probably not. Boom, 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 boom.
Font? What?
Sega!
Romo, try to keep up.
Arf.
Gotta go fast. Gotta
Little
go
late.
fast.
Okay.
Supersonic.
Now playing
Are you
Just
fucking
test some
fire.
arcade mode, okay?
In the
Okay.
future of
Character.
2012.
Is the story mode as good as
This
the
isn't
one
that.
puzzle game?
Fucking lied to me. This is just gay boys making out in
Yeah, there's
space
gay boys making out.
If the story mode
Smart.
is the one
Okay, okay. Who's the
Oh,
one
man.
echoing?
I'm gonna play as this guy. Wait, I think I already beat our
Romo,
the
somebody-
tournament of-
Mute your
Romo,
stream,
mute your
Romo.
feed.
Oh shit! Sorry, hang on.
Jesus Christ.
Be faster on the uptake.
Romo, you're not very good at figuring shit out. I've come to notice over the years.
I'm a little slow on the draw
It's
sometimes.
getting worse.
Sometimes!
Okay, can you guys test
still
how
not
the
good.
game sounds?
I
I
will
muted it. I muted it. Okay.
I'll mute my mic here.
It sounded fine through
That sounds-
Romo's microphone.
Yeah, that sounds
Sounds
fine.
good, Mars. Maybe you could turn down your game volume just a little bit, but other than that, just fine.
Okay,
Wait, how are you guys
Great
hearing?
move where you stuck him in the negative
No,
zone
it's
and
fixed
then
now.
broke mirror.
Also,
Are you guys actually hearing the game?
yeah.
No,
Well,
no,
no,
we
actually,
have
no, we're not.
like
Not
civilized.
during the stream.
Wait. Okay. Wait. Real talk. How the hell are we gonna watch Psychic Force if we can't hear the terrible fucking dubbing?
this
Give
one
the
isn't
shit,
dubbed.
it's not Dead Zone.
This one's
Oh.
not dubbed?
I feel
one
like
isn't
I
dubbed.
should.
I'm not giving you guys. I can do the terrible dubbing one, but this isn't it.
I was going to ask, is the story in this as amazing as the ridiculous puzzle game, where it was just
No.
a guy going around trying to get people to camp with him?
No, this is much more serious.
Well, that's disappointing.
Why?
I'm gonna
look,
basically
try
like-
to it in
difficult for me to
the
take this shit
Windows
seriously
thing.
when you claim it's serious
that
when it's
better?
about psychic people becoming psychic.
When did she
Hitler.
ever say it was
Make
serious?
out. Because
Is
Ice
that
wanted
better?
to make out fire.
How about psychic makeouts?
Yeah.
The plot of this is basically like X-Men and
We saw the OVA. We know what the plot
Yes,
is.
we
Yeah,
saw the plot,
I'm
Romo.
probably gonna re-explain it because the OVA makes no sense, but
I doubt the game makes any more.
don't remember
may
which
though,
one
but
it's like generic ass villain thinks his mutants should rule.
Oh my
us.
god, I
It's
forgot
like
about
Magneto
this
versus
video.
Professor X, except they're both anime Freddy boys.
The
Yeah.
question I have here is the OVA is the game somehow gayer than the OVA?
Yeah.
Or is it like a
well,
lateral
depends. You'll find out.
Oh, I'm impressed if it is.
Is
Real
there
talk,
an actual
why-
hump attack?
Why don't all anime characters still look like this?
They do, man.
Because it's
No,
not
they
mowing
don't.
up.
This is
No,
so
this
90s.
is very of the late '90s.
Yeah.
This
I
was
missed
back
it.
when boys watched anime.
This was actually trying to appeal to girls in a lot of
Yeah,
ways.
no, this looks like it's very much meant for girls.
This is very
They-
much meant for
This
girls
is
to
meant for
watch.
like a crossover audience.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
the
what
guys
Brent
are supposed
means
to be
is
into, oh man, these
I
two
don't know,
dudes
it
are beating
looks
the
like
crap out of each
Yu-Gi-Oh
other.
to
And
me.
girls are like, oh, and maybe they'll make out afterwards.
Yeah. Well, they pretty much do make out afterwards.
I think what Brent meant is this is when anime was targeted at 14-year-olds instead of 35-year-olds.
Shit, I
Yeah.
just
And
found
then the 14-year-old stuff
I
happened.
my Cybermancy video that I was telling Nodal about. Oh well.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
This actually looks pretty rad for what is this, PlayStation?
This is
It's a
Dreamcast.
Dreamcast game.
Oh! Wow,
That's why
that's
it looks
impressive
nice.
for Dreamcast
It's
emulation.
no Soul Calibur, but it looks fine.
Yeah, it looks
I mean,
okay. I mean, it's
The Dreamcast is really where 3D
Yeah, this is all right for Dreamcast.
Acceptable.
Yeah, I still love PS1 and N64 3D because it looks so bad, but it's the first time like a human being could look at it and be like, yeah, that looks fine.
Yeah, it's where it's 3D stopped being incredibly janky.
I really hated 3D until the PS2, so...
The thing is that, like, the Dreamcast is the first time you look at a 3D game and it doesn't look like it's about to fall apart at the seams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Problem
It's
is,
like PlayStation and N64 slowly evolved to, I understand what that's supposed to be.
yeah,
and then
people started
Dreamcast
working
was
around
like-
it.
Yeah, and then
One of my
Dreamcast
no longer
favorite
had to
things-
do the interpretation because it was all
Yeah,
there for you.
Dreamcast-
Yeah, one
was
of my
like-
favorite things to look at is a PS1.
that actually looks kind of okay.
One of my favorite things to look at are like 1997-ish PS1 games that all look like, if you look at it the wrong way, the world is about to fall apart because you can see where all of the polygon seams are.
I
Yeah.
love that.
The N64 and the PSX didn't really have floating point processors, so they're doing all this crazy polygon shit with like whole numbers.
Yeah, I think they called
That's
it
why
the-
it's
like-
shaking all over the place. Like,
Is
it's not.
That why there's so much like crazy Z fighting and shit?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
And like, you can, like, the N64 seems like it tries to cover that up by making everything a blurry mess.
It really
And
did.
the-
Insides are screaming.
And the PS1 just doesn't try to cover it up, so you just see where the floor looks
I
like
might
it's
be
about to
wrong
fall
about
apart.
the N64. I think the N64 actually did have a processor, but
Yeah, well, the N64 had its
was-
anti-aliasing
Jaguar had
problem.
5 processors, and that didn't help it.
Well, what was with the N64, I think, is that it was really geared towards 3D, like the actual geometry, but it had like shit fuck for texturing.
right.
Well, it's more
it
that-
had very
yeah.
little memory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Everything at that time has no memory, but it's also just like, it also has like this inbuilt anti-aliasing that looks horrible and makes it look worse.
It's,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
very true.
Well, and it also was like, I mean, it was still in that category of things where it's like designed to be played on a lo-fi TV, which hopefully will make it look okay.
Well, that just makes it
It
blurrier and
didn't look
blurrier.
it-
It's blur on
yeah,
blur.
It didn't really look
Yeah.
good on a lo-fi TV either.
It made it look less obviously broken.
But the thing is, like, the anti-aliasing in the N64 wasn't actually like anti-aliasing along polygon edges. It was just blurring the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you can't tell where the jagged edges are because everything's a blur.
Right.
I love how you guys
Yeah,
talk
we're-
about this shit like you weren't blown away by Mario 64 when it came out when we were all like 11.
Oh, we were I was totally blown away by that.
Mario 64 was fucking, like, brilliant for the time. Like,
Yeah, the two games
Yeah.
made by the first-party developer, like, specifically to take advantage of everything the N64 could do, were amazing.
Wait.
Everything else kind of didn't
Rareware
work.
stuff also tended to look good, but tended to have awful frame rates.
Yeah,
wait,
Rareware
holy
had
shit,
bad
were
lag
there
problems.
really only 3 first part? There was Mario Kart as well, so 4.
No, I'm
Mario Kart
just,
6, no, like that wasn't
Zelda.
that wasn't.
Rentai has a short list.
no, I'm
Yeah,
just
it's-
talking
it's a-
about the
Yeah, it's a
dual,
much longer list,
and
he was just
Mario
joking.
64, Zelda 64, like, that's all everyone remembers. I mean, people
Well, this
remember
is
the other
that,
games, but
But, yeah.
when you ask someone, you know, what's worth playing on the N64, oh 3 games, because there were 2 Zelda 64s, but that's really, like, and then there was the rest of the library, you know?
Okay, well, when you ask normal,
Hadouken
that, I
now,
admit I'm not a normal person. I own a copy of fucking Fighter's Destiny for crying out
Let
loud.
me tell you about
The hell
my
is Fighter's
my
Destiny?
What?
Probably awful.
Fighter's Destiny is a really awful N64 fighting game.
Okay.
There's a lot of those. There's like Deadly Arts, Flying Dragon, Fighter's Destiny.
Flying Dragon has a long and storied history. Culture Brain has
Being
been
awful.
Fuck you.
Culture Brain has been making shitty entries
Culture Brain
for that
makes-
series for forever.
Yeah, but Culture Brain is awful.
It's just
Culture Brain is
amazing, like,
awful. Enterbrain is awful. Brain companies are just bad.
Hey,
Yeah.
you can't talk shit on Enterbrain like they made RPG Maker. Where would we be without
Yeah, I rest my case.
Wait, oh man, I managed double KO.
didn't
Oh,
they
nice.
not make 2K3 like the only good one?
Unfortunately, like the layer saying victory.
No, they made
2K3, the only
2K3
one no one ever used.
What?
No
No,
one
the
ever
only
used
one-
It's the one
2K3.
people use.
They made the one everyone uses because you see the fucking Enterbrain logo before like every single game made with it.
I remember there was the
That's
incredibly.
the only reason I know who they
thing.
even are. I don't know a single
Yeah.
other game they've
Still
made.
don't know why that happened.
Oh, I just figured out, Mars. The
What?
more damage you take, the more ability you have to charge up for psychic
You
attacks.
didn't
right?
realize that.
Oh,
I was never looking at the sides of the screen. I was just sort of assumed that
There,
like
look,
the two animes
Jax
were
did something
sort of gesturing at each other until one of them died and the other one got to make out with the corpse.
whatsoever.
I do appreciate that Jax got extra work in this game.
Yeah, Jax is great.
Did he just open his pecs?
Yeah, because he's
Sometimes you
Jax.
gotta open them up.
I like
Sometimes you just gotta like
Wait,
just
this
you know.
Romo?
It's think of it like this, Romo. It's like you rip off your shirt, the flex for Jax just rips off the skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, why would you get in close with this guy? Look at what happens when you get up close with him. All of his moves are up close.
Well, except the giant rocket launchers.
Yeah, but the giant rocket launchers are way easier to dodge than any of its up close stuff.
Probably true.
Yeah, you need to range this bastard.
Yeah, well, Setsu's just a long-range fighter anyway.
Yeah, I mean that much was obvious by the way you'd won all the other fights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here, let's play a game. Roma will mention N64 games that he honestly likes, and you can all tell me how horrible my taste is.
Don't worry, I've got
We
worse.
don't
but
even need
go ahead.
to. We already can just say.
Go ahead, tell
need
me.
to-
I've
we need
probably
to
played
quantize my bizarre love for the
Just,
N64.
just
Okay, let's.
start listing them off, Romo. We're all here.
Okay, Bomberman 64.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I actually enjoy Bomberman Hero, but Bomberman 64 is garbage.
Oh, come on, it had
I
great music.
couldn't give a shit. So
That's
And
not
Really
enough.
got me.
Player.
What?
Really good multiplayer.
All Bombermans have that. Why would you play Bomberman 64?
Because it was on the N64.
okay,
Saturn
Right,
Bomberman
moving right
had
along,
10
Robo,
player
give us the next-
multiplayer. Saturn
your next
Bomberman
one.
was the better choice.
Okay, let's see. Mystical Ninja starring Goemon.
I love
That's
that game.
shit.
Come on,
game
that
is
was fucking amazing.
I think Smiler said it was shit just to fuck with Romo.
Oh,
Go
it's like a really shitty version of Super Mario 64. Then yeah,
It's a lot more like Zelda than it is Mario.
It's
They're
like
way- it's a
Ocarina
really
of Time
shitty
with
That game has a musical number that ends with the robot telling you how funky it is.
give a fuck. That's like 1 minute of the entire game. You're gonna play an entire shitty game for 1
The
minute.
entire game is
I'm
actually.
sorry, I guess I imagined myself like having fun while fighting through a submarine full of giant sushi.
Ever.
That
yeah,
was
you
crap.
did.
It's
But go
like
on.
you-
No, like, I'm
Alex
actually
Submarine.
gonna stand with him on this one. That game is actually legitimately good.
All right, cool. Romo, what's game
Yeah.
number 3?
Okay,
Stage.
oh, Blast Core.
What the
Last
fuck is
what?
Last Sport?
Blast Core!
Oh, Blast.
Oh, Blast Core is decent. Like that's not the rare game everyone hates. That's not Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah,
Oh,
seriously.
no. I'm not gonna mention Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah,
so
because Donkey
you're
Kong
saying it was
64
on the
is awful.
list.
What did you just do to that guy, Mars? He
I
just
murdered
exploded.
him.
Yeah, he got.
Yeah, like that was.
Oh, I better wake up on the
I
lava.
like how
Smarter
you
than
like this psychic cube is just floating above lava. This seems like it'll end poorly when someone stops making the psychic cube.
Yeah,
So like, do the two
but
guys
we can
agree
all
to
fly
agree
anyway,
on
so
the
who
psychic
gives a
cube,
fuck?
or like is one guy?
Yeah,
making
but the
psychic
thing is
cube?
that like the loser is not going to be able to fly. The loser is just going to get a
Loser's
stage.
dead
fatality.
anyway.
The loser is going to suffer a stage fatality.
The
Loser's
loser
gonna
is
suffer
just
a
gonna
psychic
give the
fatality.
shit.
Mars just got worked, man.
Yeah, Mars. the
Mars,
guy-
tell me, this is important. Does this game have brutalities?
No.
Doesn't have friendship.
Does it have animalities?
Does it have babalities?
Animalities.
No animalities.
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 Animalities would probably be pretty great, but I think that everyone already got hit with one of those.
Yeah, I mean that's every move in the game.
No, because they started that way. They like Psychic Force 1, everyone got hit with an animality, and this is what happened.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Well,
You are the
Psychic
greatest
Force was
psychic.
even
More
more
anime.
anime.
We're the greatest psychicer!
You're the greatest psychic.
Now it's using their character.
My favorite thing about I love the name Psychicer.
Yeah.
You're the psychicist.
AAA that you gave yourself at the end there.
I'm pretty sure that like
Did they actually call them psychicer in the Japanese, or did they say Esper like every
Psychica, which
other?
I-
yeah,
yeah,
that
I
roughly
remember the-
translates.
yeah, wasn't the OVA in Japanese? Because I swear I remember hearing Psychicer in that too.
No, that was dubbed. They just
Oh, that was dubbed.
they just kind of decided to keep it for some reason. I don't know why, because it sounds
Yeah, like
completely retarded.
Psychicer is the sort of like mangling of English that can only come from translating from another language and not bothering.
Yeah.
It's actually.
Please tell me
French.
you're
Psychic
please
kid.
tell me you have a giant like a brick shit house robot Mars.
Nope.
You're
the
a girl.
little anime
Not-
girl.
course she's not
I
Jax.
think what happened
Why
with
on earth
Psychic
would
Curse is
I
like...
actually already beat the thing as Jax. You can
Okay,
beat
whoever
other
made
huge
Psychic
anime
Force
next
obviously
time.
was reading like...
Anyways, so long.
See you.
Alright, see you later.
Bye.
Oh, take care. Whoever made Psychic Force obviously was reading like a shitload of X-Men comics and probably had some American friends. So the firm was probably like, hey, you know, that Japanese term Esper like sounds really weird to Americans. We say
Got a
like
better one, Psychic.
psychic instead of ESP, and the Japanese guy was like, oh, okay, and then he made up one that sounded just as weird.
They say psychic instead of
Then again,
ESP,
like,
so we'll
psychic
call
is-
them psychicers.
Psychic or
Yeah, exactly. That's
Psychic or just makes me think of Witcher.
The Witchest.
The Witcher.
We're the witchest.
Oh.
Like, it's a case of, like, if this had ever gotten caught on in any way, it would at least be emblematic of the series.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead, it's
In my
something to
fanfictions, they're
fade
just
as
called psychics.
being
Mars.
like...
You weren't willing to follow the canon that far?
Nope.
I can't say I blame you. Sometimes you just have to improve on the canon.
Got some hip drop action here from the tiny girl. Surprised she can throw a wrist.
She's a girl fighter, like they almost always have hip drops in fighting games.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Even like skinny chicks like Yuri have it.
I was gonna say, any more bad N64 games? Because there weren't many bad.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie's not bad. Stop it.
I'm saying the N64 games I like, because Brent was like, there's only 3 good ones. And so,
Banjo-Kazooie's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, Banjo-Tooie less so, but yeah.
I never played Banjo-Tooie, actually.
It's
Stay the
like
course.
it's just all of Banjo-Kazooie taken to an illogical extreme.
Yeah. Like, all the stuff that wasn't super great about Banjo-Kazooie is there in spades. That's really much just
Because it's basically just like they took the idea of, oh, people like running around these big levels. Let's make like the smallest level in Banjo-Tooie is larger than some of the largest ones in Banjo-Kazooie.
That sounds
Which
cool.
It sounds cool until you actually have to do anything in them.
Oh.
Yeah.
At which point it's
Yeah,
like,
It's the
oh.
greatest thing on paper and the worst thing in execution.
You can
Okay.
totally see why they did it.
Like,
but-
like it makes
Well,
sense.
yeah, because
Yeah.
like fucking
Poorly done.
ignoring click
And
clock
honestly, I
wood,
think
like,
there were
that's-
ways. I think there's ways to make it work, but the problem is that the levels, like, they don't have enough experience designing levels that large to make them navigable in an insane way.
Yeah, like for what it's worth, it was very ambitious and very impressively so.
I think it was the right way to go after Banjo-Kazooie more so than, like, I think Nuts and Bolts is a more quality product, but it's not. It wasn't the right way to go with the sequel.
Alright, I'm looking at my actual N64 games that I own here. So we've got
Okay.
Blast 4, I already mentioned that. Mischief Makers.
Oh, that's not one of Treasure's better games, but it's
Show up.
okay.
I've been meaning to try that one forever because
Wing
Treasure, and you know.
Oh, you're
I'm
getting
dying.
yourself hit by some sort of wing attack?
Wangs.
I'm
You're doing
deliberately losing because she has a special quote against this guy, but
You'll never
You'll
know.
never know.
That's not very
Did you
special.
ever know that
Yeah,
you're my
it doesn't
hero?
make much sense because you know this game is poorly translated.
You'll never
You
know.
are the
man.
wind.
I just might die tonight, so let's get high tonight. You'll never know.
So,
But,
Kirby 64 I got here.
that's a lesser Kirby, but I enjoy it.
I've heard good things, but I've never played it.
Honestly, it's probably the least favorite game in my library. Like my N64 library.
Okay.
It's okay. It's just a very... It's like Kirby's Dream Land 3, but even fucking slower.
Yeah, the thing I do like about it is I did like power combining.
Yeah. It's
I wish
just...
that would
The rest of
come
the game
back,
is kind of sparse and weird and floaty.
Yeah, it's N64.
Oh, Castlevania 64, I got that here.
Oh, that's the worst thing in your library.
No, try and defend it for us.
I haven't really played it,
Tell us
actually.
about how much you like Reinhard Schneider.
That's a low blow.
Come on, Robo,
Oh.
we're all waiting for you to try and defend
I
Castle.
think that game is massively underrated and people hate on it just because they wanted another 2D like Symphony of the Night game.
Wasn't it being made like in like it was supposed
It
to
was
be
made at the
proper
same
thing
time.
instead of Symphony of the Night?
Pretty
What?
much the prequel to Lords of
Yeah,
Shadow.
I mean, it was made at the
It
exact
kinda
same
is.
time as Symphony of the Night did.
Yeah, it was made at the same time as Symphony of the Night. I think it was.
So
I can't
you're
remember
wrong.
which Konami made it. Is the problem?
Yeah.
But
Well, I remember all those interviews with Igarashi where he was like, yeah, it was this weird X gig, so we could do what we felt we could do whatever.
yeah,
we wanted.
like it's really obvious that like they were like you know it's 1997, 98. You're pinning your hopes on the 3D entry. The 2D entry is like, oh, I guess we'll make this.
Well, I think they were just, you know, corporate told them, hey, we need a 3D Castlevania, and they're like,
Yeah, but at the same time,
that's
like
not gonna work.
their assumption was 3D Castlevania is going to be the thing that leads Castlevania into the future.
Well, the executive assumption, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like the people who are
Paying the
making
bills.
decisions at
The people, the
Konami are
movers
like,
and shakers.
oh, of course Castlevania 64 will be the big one because that's 3D.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
like
here's-
it's got
here's
really bad Tomb Raider type jumps too. It's just like,
Here's when you guys are gonna be like really horrified.
oh
What?
gosh.
Nothing you could
You have-
possibly
you have
say
Legacy
to
of
us were
Darkness.
horrifying. So stop hyping it and just say it.
I didn't play Mega Man Legends, but I did play Mega Man 64.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
say, you have
basically
Mega
the
Man
same
64.
game, dude.
Yeah. Like, what's-
Yeah, but it's like, isn't Mega Man 64 the shitty version of it?
It's
I
don't
worse,
know.
but it's
I would
pretty
play
much
it.
horrible. Like
It was
if you
Mega Man
got it,
Legends
you wouldn't
didn't have a
say,
PlayStation.
like,
Whatever.
yeah, it's like
Okay.
if you were someone who had an N64, it was like, oh, well, at least I can play Mega Man Legends.
Alright, okay, so that's an acceptable.
Yeah.
Eh,
Well, if you're gonna be on the 64, why?
Like at the time, it made sense. There's no reason to play it now, but at the time, it made sense.
yeah,
It's-
now
it's not a
not
good,
mentioning the actual shitty N64 games that I secretly enjoy, like Nightmare Creatures and Mace of the Dark Ages.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, those are awful.
They
Next
are.
time
I
tell me you
can't-
played Aiden Chronicles: The First Mage.
No.
Quest 64.
Oh god, I've seen photos of that. The screenshots make it look like total dog shit.
It really is awful. It's like the worst thing ever produced.
I tried very
it's
hard.
worse than Quest 64.
Mars,
I-
I can't. Okay, like for anyone who gives a shit about the actual game being
Oh,
streamed,
I'm
Mars, I
awesome.
can't even follow this shit. It's just two like anime girls razzle dazzling.
How are you having trouble following this? It's not even moving very fast.
Yeah.
I'm just like glancing at it from time to time, and it's just like blue flashes.
Well,
big
if you'd
flash.
actually watch it, it's not hard to follow.
I don't
Yeah.
I do own
I
Quest
couldn't.
64.
I couldn't let you beat me red. Was she like saying the first half in like a
I think that was an emulation error.
Yeah, it's an
really
emulation
guttural,
problem.
angry voice? Oh,
No,
that doesn't. Then I like my explanation better.
Okay, fair
I,
enough.
I have Quest 64 really more for historic
That
purposes.
game is so bad.
Why would
Playing
you
it.
buy that? I mean, everybody knew the second they saw the box that there was absolutely.
Everybody
no
knew
way
the
to do
second
it.
they read the title, where it was just
Yeah,
like
it's kind of the
you didn't
ultimate like,
bother to come up with an actual name. You just said
Yeah.
Quest.
RPG, the game.
Yeah,
which,
like seriously.
which is really sad because it had a real title in Japan, even though it was still shit.
Well, it also had
Was
a.
it?
There's also like a Game Boy Color version, which is
It
still
was-
awful, even though it's
Wait,
Or
is
is
it
it
called
called,
Quest on the Game Boy Color too?
yeah, it's Quest Brian's Journey in on Game Boy Color.
That's
The
hilarious.
Japanese
I've
name for
streamed
the
this
series
back.
is Holy Magic Century.
That's a really generic title too.
That is a
Well,
really
yeah,
It's a
but we're
very
also
Japanese
watching the
title.
stream of Psychic Force, so get
Yeah.
off my-
Yeah.
No,
Hey,
I
Mark.
did
I,
not
back
like
when I
Quest
was a
64.
kid, I
Like,
used to have a really hard time
Did
searching
you
for stuff on
did
this
you
game
import the
because,
PS2 Psychic Force collection?
You know, no one cared about it, and if you tried to type in Psychic Force anywhere, it'd just be like, you get random other shit.
I'm gonna
Hey
type in
Mark, did
Psychic
you
Force
import
right
the
now,
Psychic
find
Force
out.
PS2 collection?
Mars, come on, it had no VA. There had to be like fucking shrines on the anime turnpike for it and stuff.
Oh no, Psychic Force.
That
you get
seems like
Psychic
it'd be
All
hard
run
to
by
follow,
Mars,
so.
right?
Fucking A.
Well, yeah, you
Yeah,
get
Mark's
stuff
the one that
now,
made
but
them.
now search algorithms are better and shit.
True.
Haha, Psychic Force
I was
2012.
searching on Alta Vista all day
was
to try to
almost
find
certain.
Psychic Force fans.
Oh, man,
Hey,
I'm gonna just use Ask.com now.
Google was around back then.
Yeah, true. I'm pretty sure I could see Google.
When I was 14, Google was like,
The new special thing.
yeah, it was like, hey guys, you know how Yahoo takes like fucking forever to load because there's all this shit on it? There's this new search engine that's like just the search bar and the logo and nothing else. It's really cool.
And they
It's called-
don't do anything else.
Yeah, that
Hey,
was
remember
the
when
way
Google
it was
didn't do
sold
anything
to,
else?
like, not the search algorithm. It was the fact that it wasn't choked with shit like every other search engine.
And then,
Oh.
Yeah,
And
the
then
rest
Google
is-
happened.
My favorite like
In Google-
story I
Google.
ever read about Google's search algorithm was just one that was just like talking about them trying to make it understand like context when using synonyms, so that it wouldn't redirect you to like boiling dogs when you looked up hot dogs.
And Bing didn't do that because Bing actually fucking does that.
Wait,
My favorite. My
does?
favorite.
Bing, if you've ever tried to use Bing, it's
Don't
literally
worry, no one has.
it's like pre-Google search engines. It's like it doesn't understand context at all. It'll
I still
just give you
love-
the most
I still
literal
love that
bullshit.
Microsoft was just forced to buy xphone.com.
Really?
It's like every single goddamn like, you know, monkey's paw stuff where there's like some evil genie and like he gives you a wish and like he does the shittiest, most literal interpretation of your wish possible. That's Bing.
So Microsoft is an evil genie. They
Yeah, I
let
love
the
the
geeks
yeah.
out the bottle.
interpretation.
But I just loved that, like, Microsoft couldn't get, like, even Bing, like, they couldn't get Bing search analytics to not direct searches for Xbone to Xbox, to, like, they wanted searches to Xbone on Bing to redirect to, like, their own Xbox One website. They couldn't get it to work. So they just bought xbone.com and redirected it to their site.
Nice.
So the other day, someone was pointed out something very true, where he was like, "You know, I'm okay with like an evil corporation taking over the future and all information and technology. I just hate that it's called something stupid like Google. Like
Yeah.
80s movies have conditioned me to expect that we'd be living under like Cyberdyne
Microsoft.
or Ultramax.
Cyberdyne.
Like, yeah." Like Google is just stupid.
Oh man, my favorite. Oh man, I'm just remembering really bad Cyberpunk games now.
Oh man.
Like Shadow.
I'm a big fan of I mean like dumb like corporate Cyberpunk. So
like Magic the Gathering.
That's it's impossible for there to be a bad Cyberpunk game, so I don't believe.
I don't think there's this awesomely terrible PS2 Dreamcast game called Headhunter that like
Oh, wow.
Headhunter is amazing because it's such a shameless ripoff of both Metal Gear and Resident Evil at the same time.
Works for me.
Dang.
I
And
thought that
like-
was
Sounds kind of awesome.
The best part, my favorite thing is like your character developing a grudging respect for his rival enemy Grey Wolf.
Nice.
The best
serious?
thing. What?
Are you fucking serious? You named
Yes,
that?
I'm completely serious.
That was great. Wolf.
Like seriously, Grey Wolf dies at the end, and your main character Jack Wade gets really upset about this.
God damn it!
Jack Wade.
But like, it's so awesomely terrible.
On the other
Like,
hand, you know,
my
And this is on the
not
same
like
console that gave you
actual Metal Gear
shit
real
as-
names aren't better.
the
No,
entire.
they're
My
worse
favorite
than
thing
real
is
Metal
that the
Gear.
thrust of this plot is that an energy drink called Xmust has a modified Ebola in it that will only activate when people see a subliminal advertisement.
Oh my god!
For the
And they're-
competitors?
Yeah, they're going to sell the antidote.
Oh, so that's 2 cents.
Wow,
It's so dumb. It's one of my favorite bad PS2 games I own.
that's pretty amazing.
That is
Mars,
pretty
like,
amazing.
watching this, I have to ask: did you ever play Air Guys?
What?
God bless the
Air-
ring.
I wanted to, but I decided to get Final Fantasy VII instead.
That was a better choice.
You made the right choice.
Yeah,
I
I
own
dodged
Air
the
Guys.
bullet
Air
thing.
Guys was the only people who bought it did so because they'd already played FF7 and they put
That's
fucking.
why I own it. It's also got this awful roguelike mode. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, shit! I remember that
So
now.
terrible.
Anyway, Tom
It plays-
Brenta's character.
It plays so badly. But I want to finish this Headhunter story because it's amazing.
Oh, okay, go ahead. I
Listening.
thought you were done.
So like Headhunter
Sure.
has this terrible like it's split up into like cases where you're like told, okay, you have to go get this person, and when you go there you do Metal Gear style stealth, Metal Gear style gunfights, and Resident Evil style puzzles. But between that, you have to ride around on your motorcycle because you can't upgrade your bounty hunter's license until you've ridden around on your motorcycle enough. But there's no reason to do that because your entire, like, the only places you can get off your motorcycle are places that are part of the story. So you just have to ride around in circles until the game says you've ridden around on your motorcycle enough.
That is fantastic, and I
So
love it.
it's like No More Heroes, but shitty and broken.
It's like No More Heroes, except that imagine if No More Heroes, instead of having you like do a stupid mini game, you had to ride around on the motorcycle for an hour.
So it's, from an RPG company, so they're like, well, we didn't make an RPG, but we still need to make the player like walk
No,
around
it was
in
made by
circles.
Okay,
Swedish
I'll play
people.
this huge anime and then I'm probably done here.
Okay, that sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
Sorry for taking over the stream. I'm sorry, guys.
If I can select huge anime, because... Yeah, okay.
There he is. He's right there. With the eyeballs.
There seems to be problems with the controls here.
Yeah, there was a little problem
Is
where
his name Gun Death? Oh, good F.
Yeah, it's one of those things
Yeah.
where, like, it doesn't really
I choose
make
to
much
believe his
sense
name is
in
really Gun Death.
Japanese
Can't tell me
either.
otherwise.
Yeah, like, I'm just gonna, like, fan in his name's Gun Death.
Yep.
That's probably that's a better name.
You know, I'm already like
Or if you
writing
ever read
in my
another
head
fanfic
my
that
own,
he's
like,
somehow
complete
involved in, I
canon
want
for
to call him
Gun
Gun Death.
Gun Death.
Oh,
Gun Death
Luther-
was born on
yeah.
Killmaster Mountain, where he was born to the son of William Killionaire and Mary Kilmaster.
Bill Killionaire is a great name.
Bill
He's got a skull on the
Killionaire.
back of his jacket. This is Beat's favorite character.
Well, yeah, he's a huge anime with a skull on the back of his jacket.
Dude, like when I
I
was
don't
growing,
remember how to do any of his moves.
Was his
He seems to be
Totally
force choking this dude pretty good.
when I grew up,
That's his regular throw.
when I was a boy, my only goal in life was to be a brick shit house that liked skulls.
Guess
Now
what?
that
That's
I-
what you are.
You're skinny.
Now
Pete.
that this is
I don't know how to tell
everything.
you this.
This guy is
He's
everything
getting
I
there.
want.
He's gonna join the Swole Patrol before we see him again.
He's gonna be the bulkiest skeleton that ever lived.
I'm still like those flexing skeleton pictures were amazing.
I'm googling muscle skeleton, and I hope I don't find anything too weird.
Oh god.
You shouldn't find anything too strange, but
You're gonna
This
get a
is
lot of
good.
like and
I got this for type
Yeah,
E.
it's a lot of anatomical. Hang on. Muscle skeleton art.
It's gonna do
No, muscle skeleton fantasy.
Muscle skeleton
Fantasy?
chicks.
I
Like,
guarantee you this
fantasize
image,
about muscle skeletons.
guys. I'm gonna guarantee you this is a better image than what you're gonna find. It's like freaking Hulk Hogan skeleton.
I'll check it out as soon as I'm done.
That's rad.
I
is-
am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American.
Okay, I just googled.
Okay,
brick
I
shit
didn't
house
find. I did find this though. That's the funniest thing I found.
Here, Romosome, this is your dream match.
I'd like to. Oh my gosh, that's nightmarish.
Versus female human.
Muscled skeleton versus female human.
My money's on muscled skeleton.
I don't know. Female human looks really, really jacked.
Yeah, I think female human could fucking take that muscled skeleton.
I think female human may be a little misnamed.
That's rude. But
No,
seriously, it's probably
This is the image we send into space, like when aliens like
like
start
on
the
the
Arrow
Orange
Sequel?
Pro.
It's on the gold
podcasts.
disc.
We want aliens to think that this is our typical human woman, that we will fuck their shit up.
that I
For some reason, that reminds me of that what if Jane Foster found the hammer of Thor and picked it up because just about everyone's fucking worthy or something. And
Oh, that
like,
sounds
she
fun.
fights the aliens Thor fights in his first issue. And they're like, oh man, if the chicks are this tough, what will the men do to us?
seriously,
Hold
what
on
was
a
this
second,
from, Mars?
This was some what if.
Sounds like
And
a
it
Marvel
ends
what
with,
if.
like,
This is an
Thor
actual
coming
what
back
if
for you,
comic.
and then Odin's just
Sounds
like,
like a
you
what if
dressed up
comic,
as my
dude.
son for years, I'm gonna fuck you now.
Oh,
What?
jeez.
Wow.
It really does.
Wow, what?
He literally offers to marry her.
I do
Wow.
like the idea of like.
know this, but you look a lot like my son. You want a bag?
Get married.
You down to fuck?
No, you have to say it in Anthony Hopkins.
don't
voice.
like that. No, listen, just wear this mask of my son's face and take your pants off.
Man, if this was the Greek pantheon, no one would even blink.
Just wear this hat with horns on it. Yeah,
That-
you like that hat.
This
Other
actually
hat.
was. That's the plot of Saint Seiya, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I feel like this series of requests the beat has laid out ends with "Do you mind if I call you son?"
No, but the
I
I do like
dudes, like special moves include summoning up I-beams.
Sometimes you gotta get hit. Sometimes you gotta hit a dude with an I-beam because you got psychic powers.
Wait.
I love that. It's like, I'm
I
gonna
wasn't paying
cover
attention.
you in magical paper things. He's like, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking face.
Yeah, see,
That's
one
counter.
seems more effective than the other. Also, you can tell Mars has much less experience playing as this guy.
Yeah.
Also, he can summon up enormous fucking meteors.
Wow, knock the fuck out.
Ring
love it.
out,
Blew right
rip.
out of the
Where
ring.
did he go?
He died.
Into
Can't
the
you do
sky!
Fucking crushed it with
Yeah,
giant
seriously,
meteors
he's
of
Blew
dead.
right out of the
Yeah,
render.
I gotta say, I really like the idea of sending up like a Voyager 3 probe where like it just says, "Don't fucking come here," and like has pictures of the most jacked humans possible.
Yeah.
Like the male representation is Terry Crews, and the female representation is like one of those mining equipment things.
No, the male and
The female
are both the
representation
Doom
is like a freaking
The
claw
female
hammer.
representation is just a
Yeah.
construction robot.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant. It's like one of those giant drills that
photos
bores.
from different angles. The bucket wheel excavator in Florida, which looks like a giant fucking buzzsaw.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going for
I
there.
just want to see the
That was
aliens
actually
trying
a
to
pretty
figure
good
out how
combo he
reproduction
pulled
works
off.
there.
and-
Oh wow, I totally love that move because he basically just broke every bone in his body and then hit him with a meteor.
But yeah, now I just
I
really
just
want
like
to see
these
the aliens
sandwiching them
trying to
between
puzzle out
two-
how reproduction works when they see those examples of male and female.
Well, no, we have to sell it, so we have to convince Terry Crews to actually like fuck a mining machine.
I
I
think
don't
This
think
is how
you
we
have to
reproduce.
try really hard to convince him.
I think
he's for it. That's why he's our man for the job.
Be like, hey Terry, we got to get you to fuck a mining machine, and he's like, power!
I think that I would pay for a video of that.
I can just see Terry Crews just like coming up to a giant like mining machine, like carrying a bushel of roses and a
Yeah,
box,
he's carrying a bouquet.
heart-shaped
No,
box
he's
full of
just holding
chocolates.
up
And
his
he's like,
arm.
"Hey, baby, I don't know how exactly this is gonna work, but I'm very excited about it."
Don't
Like,
ask
it
so
seems
good.
like a romantic.
Terry Crews is definitely the type who's like, so wait, you're telling me I get to fuck the mining machine and I get paid for it?
Because I was just worried about having to sneak in here after dark.
And you'll film it for me.
Oh man, I should improve my technique.
That would definitely be a great Old Spice campaign, though.
That-
It's like,
by the way, that meteor move, they improved the hell out of it for this game. because it
Like,
used to
was it
suck
garbage?
balls.
Was it ugly or was it actual garbage?
It had a way lower hitbox,
Oh,
so you had to be very. If you did not get it in the precise place, then it would not hit.
Yeah,
did
this
it?
one
At least,
looks
the
like it's
hitbox
the
here
same
looks like it's the size of the fucking stage.
Yeah, I mean, it looks
Yeah,
really
like
awesome. I
they
love it.
I was
really
just gonna ask,
improved
did it look
It's
smaller
actually
before, or
good
was it
now.
just as large and just had a tiny hitbox?
It was just as large and had a tiny hitbox.
Oh, that's
Well, that
bullshit.
sounds awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
Psychic
bad.
Force, the first one, is not a good game. I love the
But-
sequel, guys.
Again, did you buy the Psychic Force collection?
No, I
No.
told you this like 3 times.
I didn't hear you because we were shouting a lot. My apologies.
That makes sense.
We were
we
making
chat
we were
about-
being terrible people.
Oh,
It's
Jack.
good.
Good ass
We're talking
lost.
about, you know,
Fucking Jax, man, I love Jax.
No, I think they need to do that now.
So
Like
serious.
this Old Spice commercial where it's like, Axe says it'll let you fuck a lot of women. Old Spice will let you fuck mining equipment.
That just reminds me of like the frickin' Brondo ad that was just like, it's like having sex with a tractor trailer.
It's like riding an elevator full of 15 live cougars, which is an actual sport in Latin
got
America.
murdered by Jax.
No, it was hump catting. Similar to bear
Similar.
wire.
That was Power Thirst. You're mixing up Power Thirst and Brondo.
They
The
were
same
made by
guy.
the same, those ads were made by the same people.
Yeah, but they're all amazing.
Power Thirst is crystal meth.
It's like driving an ice cream truck full of angry bees through a petting zoo.
Covered
I
in
don't.
bees.
That's yeah. No, I can see the appeal.
I would
Being
do it.
covered in bees. Bee
Well, I
literally
wouldn't-
wants to be the pain.
The pain.
Jax
Joy.
has, like,
The joy. I really. I really
That's
hope
Secret
at the
Theater.
end. I've never beaten Metal Gear Solid 3 because I just
What?
can't be arsed.
What?
Yeah, no.
Oh, she
Do it.
doesn't yell the joy and explode, but there is like a silly outtake video where she does that.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Just
like
show me
it's,
that
it's
then.
the opening where you're trying to rescue Sokolov and the pain and beads come in and she just gets hit by those, falls off the bridge and shouts for joy.
And blows
Yeah,
up.
it's kind of like, man, Pain, can't you control your bees?
Yeah, like they were
Everything
all
that-
just like fucking hanging out in the bees, totally fine. Like,
Yeah,
I
you can tell
love
I'm not
all
very
the-
good with this guy.
I
Get
love
to the hard bits and I start losing.
Yeah.
I love the
pretty
cutscene that
much job,
happens
I guess.
if you somehow fail to take out the transmitter that's in Snake after he gets tortured.
Oh yeah.
oh
Okay,
shit,
guys,
I
uh,
yeah.
Guys.
No,
I
showed you a
searched.
video.
I googled up the Joy explodes, and I got this.
Oh gosh.
Why would
Right,
you put
one
that
to-
search in the search engine?
Fuck this is.
Why wouldn't I?
No, I'm not watching.
Oh,
this.
God.
I'm not watching this. Whatever the fuck it is.
It's
about
really,
to end very
really worth
poorly.
watching.
This man's about to die.
Oh wait.
This looks like an excellent idea.
I cannot wait to.
Oh, I
do
thought he was
this
gonna
so I
say,
can
why
do all
are
the
you
crazy
doing this?
things.
Why would you do this?
That man, that man deserves everything that
I
Did he
told you it was
It's
amazing.
like oh,
that man deserves everything that happened to him.
Also, have a bonus one on the house. This was only 6 seconds, so yeah.
You got a lot of great links to look forward to, Morris.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to them.
Well, one of them's the one I always link whenever I link people doing stupid shit on the internet because it's never not the best thing.
My favorite thing about that one is the guy that starts by shouting, "That's not stupid."
She's not stupid.
Okay, I
God damn it,
found
Jax.
Gucci is
I found
retarded.
the video, but it's in fucking Italian. I can only find it in Italian.
What?
That's
You heard
just
me.
as good.
What video
What
though?
is Italian
Oh.
for joy?
The boss, the
Oh.
one where the boss explodes.
Oh
You
yeah.
can only find that in Italian. Why the fuck?
Hang on.
Speed, do
Go
you at
search
least
like
own?
Metal Gear Secret Theater
Yeah, I got
or something.
the-
It's
Okay,
right there.
okay, he's
I
still got it.
guarantee you.
Take Razor, the quick version. I think it's the quick version.
this one.
No. Oh, here we go. The joy.
I just wish that there was more excuses to talk about Metal Gear Second.
I just wish there was more excuses to talk about Metal Gear Shrek.
I would play Metal Gear Shrek.
It's called Shrekle Gear.
Oh my gosh, Shrekle Gear. That
It
classic.
costs all
Gear.
your Shreckle.
Oh, you passed Jax. I missed it.
Joy!
The joy! Boom.
But you really should finish the game beat.
I got.
Yeah.
I played it all the way on the PS2. I got all the way to like where you have to take Ava through the fucking
That's the
woods.
end.
That's literally
Yeah,
like
end of
20
the
minutes
game.
from the end.
I just burned out on the whole thing. I just stopped. I just put it down and never
To
picked
be
it back
fair,
up.
Ava is a stupid fuck that like trains a million guards onto you. It's pretty
Yeah,
bad.
it's true.
The last time I played it, I like blew right through that place. I think
I
that's
just
what you have to
thought
do.
I've
the
seen the
fuck
speed
out.
run where you. where
There was this.
So I do know if it is in fact totally possible to just like blow through the whole place. I didn't
Yeah.
know that at the time though, and I haven't touched it in like 5 years. So
You
yeah.
should
The
start out-
secret,
you should stream
the
it.
secret for that part is you run straight forward through the areas, and if anyone pops up, you shoot them in the face. Like, the mistake I made was they have this, like, cutscene in this one part where it's like, oh, there's dudes chasing you, and I thought it meant they were up ahead, so I was, like, crouching very carefully and surveying, and then, like, 5 of them come up behind you through, like,
Yeah.
where you entered.
It
And,
makes you
No.
think you have to be careful through that section when you really just have to gun it. You just
yeah,
gotta
you
go.
have to run. Yeah.
But no, Pete,
And
play through it,
Drag
stream it.
Ava along with you.
All right, I like it. Sure, give it a shot. Why the hell not?
If at worst comes to worst, you can just punch Ava out and drag her through the
Yeah,
area.
it's true. That's
Yeah,
what I
but
did.
that's
Slow.
She'll just complain about being hungry a lot.
Yeah.
If you knock her out, she starts talking about how much she wants to fuck the boss.
And
That's not
the dog.
surprising.
That's
and-
not surprising at all.
Yeah.
Considering the boss is
I-
actually
if-
bisexual.
If you...
Well,
Well, yeah,
Golden was bisexual.
Wait,
a
wait.
lot
is-
of them
They're kind
are.
of all bisexual.
I don't think the boss
Is
was
there-
like officially bisexual. Strangelove just had a
Yeah,
crush.
Strangelove is really interested in her, but I don't know if any of the mission briefs actually say whether she reciprocates.
Strangelove, like, claims that they were in love, but it's a biased account, so you can't really tell.
Yeah.
I
I was
got
always
some of the
confused why
diaries, and it
Snake
sounded
put so
like they were
much
going on
stock in
dates.
what Strangelove's robot did.
Wait. I gotta
Yeah,
take
I mean,
this
I
back
can't
just
really
one
picture
step
the
for a
boss
second.
like just going, "Oh well, my boyfriend's in Russia. I guess I'm gonna fuck this chick."
I shot my boyfriend. I might as well.
He's got loyalty to the
Mercury
L.
missing before she shot her boyfriend?
I don't-
I thought Sorrow only died like a year or so before.
Yeah, it's like 2 years.
Yeah.
So like their association would have been when Sorrow was still alive.
Yeah, and he's just hanging out in Russia and like not defecting for her or something.
Why are you playing so much worse as the final boss?
Huh?
What?
You seem to be doing
I
worse
just got
as
the
Udet
final
than you
boss.
did as the other guys.
That's
She
because
doesn't know
I
how to
never
play
play
that.
as him. Like I don't play the big slow characters,
Oh.
so I never play as this guy. I'm really bad with him.
It was just
I'm glad
weird. 'cause it's-
you're almost done anyway. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'm very glad, Mars, that you played at least one character who was a brick shit house and also a skeleton enthusiast. That's all I want in life.
Yeah.
Hey,
I think he only likes the skulls.
I
Beat-
sell
Oh, yeah.
skeletons and skeleton accessories.
Pete, have you ever
I
considered
really liked
fighting
that
this character?
his loser quote was "Hey you," and then jump right back into it.
Hey you, I'm gonna punch you.
How come?
Yeah, they've
Oh,
got
man.
this goofy rivalry story thing, but it's not important.
So who's every
guys-
character's rival?
These two are rivals.
Whoever they're
Less
gayest
than.
for. It's like Game of Thrones.
So let's see, these two are rivals. I'll explain everything when we actually get to story modes.
When do I get a fucking Japanese Game of Thrones like tournament fighting game?
Never.
Ever?
What, can't I kickstart it or something? Isn't that how that shit works now?
That
Probably
seems
get a
unlikely.
game of-
I
Yeah.
think
Get
you'd
a
have
Game
to.
of
I
Thrones
think you'd have to
fighting
work
game
out some
from,
rights issues.
From
I think
what's
you'd have
the-
to find some
whoever
Japanese
did Mortal
people.
Kombat. NetherRealm Studios. They
Oh,
probably-
man.
Gosh, please
Did
no.
anything happen with like fucking Blackfish or whatever the hell it's called? With the Black Mold.
Damn
Black.
it!
That was
I
it.
was so close.
That was the game that
You're
it's
basically
the
gonna watch me bash my head
former
against the
Konami
brick wall
people
for a
that
few hours.
like David Hayter is working on, and nobody is actually interested, and everyone just thinks that there's a slim chance it might be a Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain viral stunt, and it's really
Sounds
fucking
ridiculous.
sad because it just kind of continually rubs salt in David Hayter's wounds.
That poor man's like
Didn't
probably
David Hayter
trying to
basically
move
lose
on
his
at this
mind?
point. No, he hasn't lost his mind. He's probably just
No,
trying to move. My favorite
Yeah,
thing I've ever seen from David Hayter was like a tweet he made where he said he just put in the hashtag "Not all of my life is about nuclear battle tanks" or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Well, he said, "Guys, I have a life outside of nuclear walking tanks."
Well, it's all he talks about anymore. He doesn't talk about, writing all
Oh,
the
he
extra
talks
books
about
or
plenty of
anything.
other things. Also, he only wrote the first two.
Well, you mean the good ones.
Yeah, exactly. 3
But
was.
the point is, like, why would if you keep bringing that up, you just sort of sound pathetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
He's branched
I
out.
wrote
I really feel bad for him because he really fucking was that character. I mean, he helped define the camp appeal.
Yeah, and
Well,
they didn't
I feel
replace
more
him
bad
in
for
the
Snake than him.
Japanese version.
Yeah, it was kind of like, oh, that was probably the worst way you could have handled that.
Yeah, I mean, he got fucked. I gotta say, but
Yeah.
I hope he finds something else cool to do.
I hope.
I'm just sad that like
But-
his replacement means we didn't get the Snake Sword and Revengeance.
Well,
Yeah.
I think what I'm saddest about is that like David Hayter showed he was willing to do all the ridiculous, goofy shit that we all loved, and I don't